Hey everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play The Consuming Shadow. I don't think I got any comments from you guys on who the demon is, or who's invading and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with what I said at the end of the last video, that it's probably Yushag as the invading god. We'll do one more examination of all of this stuff before we go ahead and try to banish it. When we left off, we had explored a good amount of these locations, and now we still need 2 more of the runes in order to banish the Elder God. I think we have enough time that we can probably head to Burton, then maybe Oldal, and then Holmberry. Let me check one more time how much time I've got. And darn it, I don't actually know. Well, let's start and see how much time it will say as we go. Less than 24 hours, though. Okay, we should be able to do this. You received a text from the Ministry of Occultism. The Shadow has a definite foothold in Amsmuth, and it's going to make its move soon. If you have time to sort this out, you won't go unrewarded. Stop. Where is that? Back here. We don't have time to double back. We have arrived at Burton. I almost feel like I am watching this town on a muted television, not a scrap of evidence of actual life. There are abandoned cars at every junction. I have searched a few homes and found television still on, and food still laid out in the dining tables, the cutlery thrown carelessly aside. The wind is the only sound, and even that howls quietly, as if afraid of waking something up. Somehow, I doubt that everyone is waiting to jump out from behind the hedgerows and throw me a surprise party. After some exploration, all signs were pointing to a condemned building just off the main shopping district. Masses of cars were parked around it, as if everyone had suddenly decided to go there en masse. The front doors looked like there was some kind of insane skirmish to get in. Bewitchment must have been involved. If I were still a naive man, I might wonder if there will be survivors to rescue. As it stands, I can only hope to discern something useful from the remains. It's now a length of time in the game that we will begin fighting tougher and tougher things. We've been lucky in that we also haven't had a hunter try to kill us on the way back. Normally, or not normally, but you can get chased by some horrible, very difficult to defeat creature. I've recovered 3 armor-piercing bullets, which seems to have been held as a keepsake or trophy. Hello. I don't need to cast you yet. Guess we'll cast this one, though. The rune upon the wall seemed to respond to the invocation. There was a wave of recognition I found strangely reassuring. Gained 1 point of sanity back. And we unfortunately do not have the key yet, so none of these are where we want to go. Oops! That was a mistake, but I'm glad it worked. The poor soul had already been brainwashed by the time I arrived. Nothing to do but end their suffering. I recovered 2 armor-piercing bullets, which seems to have been held as a keepsake or a trophy. They still appear to be human. Either they are in the earliest stage of changing, Or the shadow broke their mind in subtler ways. We'll come back for that. And that. That's an upside down Ang. I think we'll just leave it there. I don't know what happens if I actually cast this since it's upside down. The Ang rune has been inscribed on the wall here in yellow. Upside down. This means it is intended as a curse to the god that associates with the rune. Who would that be? We technically don't know. I suspect that this is the case, though. As I invoked the rune, I felt a wave of answering energy from the wall. Oh, we still recovered 1 sanity. We'll have to come back for that. The key might be in here. Another missing person can be struck off the list. There can't be many left to find. Someone left their key ring here. Hopefully I can open all the doors now. Oops, wrong way, Tim. The walls of the cave were absolutely covered in the rune commonly pronounced as BT, each one dabbed on in a chalky yellow paint by what I sincerely hope were human fingers. That was one I just got done guessing. A pile of useless metal implements, I have found a small tool that could function as a lockpick. Nope, this is the wrong way. I went back down. The hostage, a young woman in office attire, seemed lost in thought and only notices my presence after I free her. She nods shallowly, then makes her escape. Unless there's any more loot to be found, I can safely call this operation complete. Time to go. I found a very old 9mm ammunition box with 3 bullets remaining. The strange woman in office attire was waiting for me at the door, wanting to know about my mission. She listened with a disconcerting intensity before wordlessly reaching into a thick notebook not unlike my own and passing me a page of occult text. I thanked her, at which point she suddenly went for a hug, during which she whispered into my ear, "Come to Stonesby and bring a pentagram necklace." So this girl is the last character we need to unlock. She's the 4th. Alas, I haven't found a pentagram necklace. The syllable U had many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably as the first symbol of a notorious dispel purported to be powerful enough to banish a god. The god of pain is not the invading god, which we knew already. We know it's Chozo. The god identified by the EU rune is not the invading god, which we also know as Baryla. Or do I? We've seen EU in white, but I'm not sure it's its symbol. I technically don't have a clue for it here. Oh, actually, we do. The god identified by the EU rune is not the invading god. But I still don't know for a fact. Oh, actually, we do, right? We know BTI is pain. We knew EU is not the invader. The god identified by EU rune is not the invading god. The god of pain is not the invading god. So that's Chozo. Barala is allied with the god associated with the color purple. Yushag is an ally of the god of fear. Yushag is assigned with this. You are purple. Still not 100% sure. Still not 100% sure. But that's my current guess. Oh, 1 second. We should stay here. Oh, we can't actually do anything here. So, if we want to unlock this character, we need that pendant. This means that we need to go to friendly places and hope to purchase it. Alternatively, find it in some location. I mentioned, I think to you guys in the last video, that if I had the opportunity to get the character, I would throw away the quest in an attempt to get that character. I think we can probably go to Sam Church, Waterton, and if we can't get the pendant from those, we're out of time. And I'll have to get lucky to find it at Stonesby, which probably won't be the case. We're doing it extraordinarily well, however. We have 30 hours left. I should be able to hit Sam Church, Waterton, Stonesby, Old Wall, Holberry, and then come to Stonehenge. Maybe. We're gonna try. I am forced to stop as I drive through a small hamlet by a barricade of people in the road. Men, women, and children standing unmoving in front of the car, hands joined. Their eyes are blank and glassy. A case of mass possession, perhaps. But I do have to get past them somehow. Oh boy. Get out and confront them. I step out of the car and offer a warning to the people blocking my way. They watch just passionately until I am finished speaking, then every single one of them throws their head back and howls. Unpleasant things writhe in the backs of their throats. This was not the most sophisticated ambush, but I somehow fell for it. I prepared to fight them back. That was terrible. We found a 9mm pistol with 2 usable bullets. The monsters are dead. There is nothing more for me here. I return to the car. I've wasted enough time. Oh, that was quite a bit of health required. It's too late for the people of this town. There don't seem to be any left. The very air is thick with otherworldly power, and the clouds spiral and churn towards the center of what can only be a big dimensional rift, deliberately opened and kept open. Undoubtedly the work of one of those idiotic cults that think hastening the coming of the shadow will in some way endear them to it. The rift here is nowhere near as big as the one that will bring the ancient, but it has been enough to all but destroy the town. Before I encamp the runes necessary to seal the rift, I need to be next to it. Locating it was as easy as finding a good vantage point and looking for the spot over which multicolored clouds swirled and fluctuated madly. It was impossible to miss. The tallest building in the skyline, an ultramodern office block. The symbolism of power made it an obvious focal point. I hope my incantation skills aren't too rusty. These places get larger and larger the more time that elapses. A body lies at my feet. They lie curled up, still clutching at themselves, as if something was eating away from them from inside. Oh, is it disease? No. Lust, fear, pain. Must be pain. Hello. You're another Chusag. Three hollow point bullets. We'll switch to those. When written together, the symbols Kazang seem to take on the meaning of to open what is tightly shut. Perhaps some sort of psychological metaphor. I think that's vision. The patient has become irrationally terrified of the color white, to the point that absolutely no progress can be made if I am wearing any garment of that color. A change of medication may be in order. The color white is associated with fear, which we already knew. This is the seal. That takes care of the seal. Only thing to do is close the rift itself. Found another lockpick. The local folk tale told to children concerns a Barila, or terror beast, which comes into the home and eats scared children. One wonders what the child is expected to do to avoid this fate. Barila is the god of fear, which we also knew already. We know Yushag is the ally of the god of fear. We know Barila is associated with the color purple. Wait, what? Oh no, Barila is allied with the god associated with the color purple. So we know that's true too. So really, it's still about the runes. Another victim of the shadow. They lie curled up, still clutching at themselves as if something was eating away from them from the inside. Crap. I didn't want to find the rift yet. I would like to explore some more and hope we get lucky enough to find the necklace. There's a corpse here. The poor wretch's limbs have been broken and twisted into hideous angles. It must have been a painful end. Someone left their keyring here. There was nothing more worth taking. I went the wrong way. Got punished for it. Mostly garbage, but it's a piece of sturdy wire. Okay, so no luck in finding a necklace. We did, however, get tons of information, which is very nice. My recording device picked up the chanting of some kind of mantra intended to ward off evil. It was hard to make out, but the second part definitely sounded like Aang. Sounds like there is... Oh, I walked right into that. We can't stay. Oh. With the rift closed, the endless ringing buzz has been replaced by the deathly quiet of a deserted ghost town. Still, ghosts are preferable to what resided here when I first arrived. I hurry back to the car. Oh, that was a tough one. Lost quite a bit of sanity for that run. However, we have picked up what we needed. We now can cast the spell. And I am fairly certain this is it. Aang is the god who is invading. I just have to... Well, sorry, that's not necessarily true. Yushag is the god that's invading. I think Aang is its rune. Please listen to me. None of it is real. There are no monsters. You had a breakdown. The doctors can help. We miss you. I feel quite buoyed by the clean air here, and the people are friendly enough. It can only be a matter of time before they catch the Shadow's attention. After an hour, I found the following items on sale from individuals content not to ask questions. We'll take the stab-proof vest, but that's not what we needed. So, we're going to Stonesby. We'll have to hope that there's a normal place here that can, well, will sell us what we need. The woman I rescued from the cult is here, as promised, but any gratitude she might have had is not in evidence as she reacts with frustration to me appearing without the pentagram necklace as she instructed. I asked her what she called me here for, but she waves me off irritably and stomps away. I'll consider pressing the matter, but on second thoughts, I have more important matters to address. The atmosphere is tense here as news has spread of the darkness infecting the neighboring town. Besides that, I cannot sense the Shadow's influence for now. After an hour, I found the following items on sale from individuals content not to ask questions. Looks like everyone, we just didn't get lucky. That's all. Oh well. Let's go ahead and try to beat the game. I didn't actually realize that we would make her go away if we showed up there without the necklace. In silhouette, a figure by the side of the road seemed to take on several monstrous qualities until it was illuminated by my headlights, and I could see that it was an old man, hunched over and clad in trailing rags flagging me down. He leans close to the car and I get a complete view of his craggy face, his mad, staring eyes, and the crust gathering at his mouth and nostrils. With a gap-toothed grin and bony hand gesture, he seems to want me to open the window. Nope. Hello, Old Hall. We don't need to stop by any place else. Let's just go to Stonehenge. I have some intel that urgently needs to get to Lawholm within 8 hours. You don't have to help out, but these things quickly escalate. This is another hostile town, so we're just not going to stop. Right to Stonehenge we go. Not even the importance of my mission is enough to keep the tiredness at bay. I have not slept in so long, my car wavers. back and forth in the lane. Let's pull over and nap. I pulled over to the hard shoulder, reclined the seat back, and allowed myself to drift off. The fact that I was able to sleep under the circumstances is testament to how exhausted I must have been. When I awoke and rose yawning back into the sitting position, I immediately saw from nearby signs that I and my car were not where I previously believed them to be. Was I moved? Is something wrong with my GPS? In either case, I've had to update my location on the road map. Uh-oh. You're dreaming. You're dreaming. Let's just keep going. My goodness, all hell's breaking loose now. In the center of Stonehenge, the ground has been torn up, and an eerie lit entrance leads into some kind of tunnel network. I don't know if it's unthinkably ancient or recently built, but either way, the shadow is not even trying to conceal it. This close to the deadline, it must feel assured of victory. I was hoping for some sanity to be recovered. This will either be the... Give me some sanity. Yes! This will either be the place where it will finally be vanquished, or a fitting tomb for myself. I must be sure that I have all the runes, and the order they must be cast for the ritual, or at the very least, confident enough to guess. Oh! 1 second. I might have wanted different equipment, but it's too late now. What we've got is what we're taking. I don't want to lose sanity, and I should have taken the sanity drugs as well. I forgot where I was. Another lockpick. Goodness, you have a lot of life, sir. Oh, that was pretty awesome. A body lies at my feet. The damage to the body appears to have been made post-mortem. The actual cause of death appears to have been exhaustion. Lust. Oh, you're kidding me. A surge of vicious hatred burst forth from my chest, clawing and rendering everything within a short radius around here. A 9mm pistol with some bullets in the clip. That was a shame I had to cast it, but oh yeah, and we did. This was the wrong room to enter. That's just a boss, and nothing worth fighting for. Wow, that's fast. Give me a candy bar. I need some life back. Another lockpick. The damage to the body... Oh, okay. We've already read that sort of thing. Wait, is that a way down? No, okay. More bullets. Another lockpick. £5. That is not the correct way. I suspect. Another lockpick. We might not make it. The walls of the cave were absolutely covered in the rune Kami pronounced as you, each one daubed on in what chocolate white paint by what I sincerely hope were human fingers. Yep, we knew that already. There's a corpse here. Something must have torn their bowels and lower torso apart in a state of animalistic frenzy. Lust. It's just a dead end. This is looking very bad for us, everyone. I think even if we banish the demon, the god, we will not survive the oncoming battle afterwards. The carving dates back to at least 6000 BC and depicts Baryla playing blessings and tribute to the figurine labeled the God of Lust. Its value as an antique is unfortunately meager. Ah! All those wasted lockpicks. Armor-piercing rounds, that's very nice. We actually have a few more bullets now. More 9mm rounds. We need that key. We'll fight it. There's the keys we need. More 9mm rounds. Lots of vomiting creatures for this god, which I shouldn't complain about. That's a lot easier than those leaping one-leg spike things, or that creature. I hate this thing. The timing of the pistol whip is so difficult to use on that. That's what we need. Alright, everyone. There's always a corpse here, desiccated to the god that this is for. And it's time for us to try our spell. So, I mean, we're going with this. We don't have any clue as to what that rune is. Other than we've seen Aang a few times. We've seen it upside down and in yellow. So we're going with Aang is Yushig's rune. Worst case scenario, Chozo just hates this god in addition to whatever rune the invader is. What rune it represents. In which case we banished a different god, not one that was even present here. But this is the best I've got. So we're going to make the attempt. Let's make sure that I remember the order. Iyu, Aang, Shim. Aang, is that right? Aang is the invader. Alright then, Tim. Let's give this a try. Iyu, Aang, Shem, Aang. Iyu, Aang, Shem, Aang. We were correct. But now we have to somehow defeat this. Oh, mental note, Tim, it's 3. Oh, game! Why didn't you let me cast a spell there? Come on! I think we got interrupted. Like, we got hit and then couldn't cast. As long as those big eyes remain, we begin losing sanity over time. I don't remember what happened after that. They say they found me wandering the countryside, raving and screaming. They say they brought me to this place. But I have only their word for it. They say there was no shadow, no monsters. But I see in their haunted looks the lie they have forced themselves to believe. Sometimes people come seeking answers for what caused the devastation, but I see the mark of the shadow on them. The shadow is still here. It's a part of us now. A great glowing lump of darkness clings to my body, spilling itself upon the walls and the floor. They took the light out of my room because they thought that it would get rid of it. They were wrong. Now the shadow is everywhere. It crawls across my body, digging tiny hooks into my mouth and nostrils and eyelids. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Well, that wasn't the ending I thought we were gonna get. I thought we were gonna get the other ending. We won, but we were almost dead and our mind shattered at the very end there, which is probably why we got this ending. Oh, I love the off-key theme music too. Well done. Well done. Oh man, that's a good ending though. I like that. That's the classic you won, but what cost ending. We also got a B. I saw it. A B. Successfully banished the ancient with just 7 hours remaining, losing their mind in the process. Discovered all 4 rooms of the banishment ritual and failed to prevent 4 towns from falling to the shadow. Took a balanced approach to combat but slightly favored guns, firing a total of 43 bullets. Learned 2 spells and made use of them 2 times. In the end, the subject was a burdened, suicidal burglar. Alright everyone, well that does it for that run. So with that said, I think we'll call it a session. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.